Hello everyone, this is The Rec Room. With the release of the 7th episode of the amazing digital Circus, it becomes clear that Jax is one of the most broken and tragic characters in the entire animated series. Before, he just seemed like a cruel joker, someone who doesn't care about anyone, someone who laughs at other people's pain and struggles, but the new episodes show it's not just indifference, it's a defense. Even in episode 6, Jax suddenly pushes Pomni away, mocks her hopes, and says he'll just forget about her if she abstracted.
What would you do if I abstracted tomorrow?
I'd move on and probably forget about you.
At first, those words sound terrible, but what if he's not really trying to hurt her and just wants to push her away? Jax has already been through seeing people close to him get abstracted. Ribbit and Kaufmo.
Is this why you didn't show up to Kaufmo's funeral?
Kaufmo's death makes him angry, not sad, because Jax feels abandoned. Kaufmo stopped having fun, stopped playing his role, started digging into himself, and eventually went crazy. To Jax, it looked like a betrayal, like weakness that kills. He concluded that feelings are a way to being abstracted, so Jax makes a clear choice. He stops trying to be human and becomes a character, the funny one, the jerk, someone who pretends not to care about anyone. He calls it an archetype, but in reality, it's a form of emotional suicide. The circus doesn't turn people into archetypes. Everyone else stays a complicated, living person. Ragatha smiles, hiding her pain. Gangle cries because she wants to be happy. Corollaire is crazy but wise. Zubul is grumpy but loyal. And only Jax breaks himself on purpose because he's afraid of feeling. But the feelings don't go away. He gets angry when he sees Kaufmo's door, but he strangely freezes when he looks at Ribbit's door. He stares at his hand like he's remembering something from the past. He lets Pomni hit him and doesn't fight back. All of this points to another traumatic event. A fan theory says Jax was involved in Ribbit's death. Maybe the violence he once showed was the last straw for her. From this comes PTSD, disgust at his own aggression, and unconscious self-punishment. Ragatha even hints that Jax has done this before. He would get close, pull someone into the fun, and then leave when that person started feeling too much. That's what happened with Kaufmo, and now he's afraid of doing the same thing to Pomni. When Pomni calls him a friend, it really hurts Jax. He realizes that if he lets himself get attached, he could be the reason someone dies again. So he pushes her away. That's why he says they were never friends. That's why he asked her to shoot him. He hates himself, and he thinks he deserves to be punished. Episode 7 adds another important detail. The characters find a way out of the circus. 2 buttons: stay or leave. And when it's his turn to choose, Jax panics. He couldn't stand it and pressed the red button out of panic. Fans increasingly agree on one thing: the reality outside the circus for Jax is not salvation, but a verdict. No one is waiting for him there, and he has no reason to return. There is a theory that his physical body is already dead, or that punishment awaits him outside the game. Prison, guilt, complete loneliness. Perhaps he burned all the bridges himself and understands perfectly well that there is simply nowhere to return to. This leads to the darkest theories. Maybe Jax was in a deadly accident. Maybe the circus isn't a trap, but his own punishment, and holding back his emotions isn't saving him. It's pushing him faster toward being abstracted, and he's already on the edge. Jax is not a villain. He's a man who's afraid to admit that he's still human. Like this, if you want to see more about Jax and his past, things are only going to get darker and crazier.